Test. Oh, there we go. Okay. What's up? I'm HypeHype. I play games, make games, and everything in between. And today we're going to be editing some games that I've been working on, specifically the levels, to just try and make them smoother and see where people have maybe been getting stuck and might need some modifications to the levels to make them easier. So I got two games that I've been working on that are kind of similar, but also fundamentally they're different. So there's the Push Obi game, which is this one, which is this one is kind of more like a puzzle, pushing objects and having fun while moving on to the next level. Whereas in the other one, Easy Push Obi is more just pushing objects and getting to the next level. So less of a puzzle. Let me turn this down a little bit less of a puzzle element to it and more of it just like pushing things across and getting on to the next. So one's supposed to be easier and then the other one's supposed to be a little bit more difficult. So it's kind of similar but different. Now, we'll be doing this in HypeHype, which is an app that lets you make and play games all on your phone or iPad. And that actually reminds me, I was going to do this also on TikTok. So let me get into TikTok and do live. Let's go making games. Cool thing about doing it on an iPad is in dual stream. Okay, that going. And hopefully we don't have any bugs going today. It's always something. Okay, cool. And so the cool thing in HypeHype is you can actually see other players playing your game. Let's go to, I want to check out Push Obi. So this game, we have over 2,000 people on the leaderboard. It's been played a couple thousand times. You hit the three dots up here. You can go into game stats. And then these are just like stat information. You can see it's been about, people have played my game almost about 50 hours worth, which is pretty cool. Most people come into the game, spend about 10 seconds, which I think is kind of average. But then here you can see first, your average session is like 3 minutes. People who stay and play 3 minutes, 4 minutes. And over here on the fifth time, they're playing like 6 or 7 minutes. So this is all cool data points, but this is really what I want to look at here is seeing where people are playing, maybe getting stuck, and what I can do to possibly make it easier. So let's go ahead and hit this watch clip. And so this is level 2, and this is somebody who's been playing the game. So here, level 2, I think that jump right there might be a little bit too difficult for some people. Just because, you know, it's not straight walking across. So I'm trying to think of how I can make that easier and, you know, maybe just like adding like a bridge or just something to make it easier to walk across. So the cool thing with this game is you can actually jump around the edges of the goal, the ending, so you don't actually have to complete the level, which I think is a fun way if someone is struggling and they know the little hack to get across the level, they can totally take advantage of it. PT Jones in the house. What's up? Welcome to the stream. Thanks for hanging out. I'm just doing some level editing and watching people play my game, which is personally for me one of the coolest things is just to watch people play. So here again, we can see this is someone who spent about 4 minutes in this game, and you can see they're just getting stuck right here. And this is level 2. So if someone's having trouble in the second level of the game, then they're gonna be having trouble in the other levels. And to me, you know, I made this game, so it's kind of, how do I say it? I already know everything I'm supposed to do. But here we can see this person is slowly figuring it out. And I love watching people get to figure out the game. Like right now, they're skipping all the objects, which won't let you get to the next level. So, and then they stop. So I don't know how accurate this data is, because here you can see that this, like, there's a green saying returning player, but this player, it doesn't say returning. So maybe that means like returning from the day before, and this person went a couple of days. But again, all these right now look to be on level 2. So let's just go into the game and just fix that. Okay. Let's just fix that right now. So I like to turn on these viewing modes. And let's just go right here. Where is it? Level, is it here? It's here. So this one has a little bridge thing. So let's just go ahead and move it over. Oop. Tap over here and go like that. Using 2 fingers to move around and delete. So maybe I can make this a little bit, skinnier. I'm just using my fingers to get the best estimate around. Have an appointment soon, but I'll stick around for a bit. Yeah, amen. Thanks for hanging out. I'm just doing some game editing. So here we can see I have the levels on the side, which I think helps the players figure out where they're supposed to go. And a lot of times when I'm making these games, I'm just like making the levels. So I'm not even, how do I say, well, I'll play the levels over and over as I'm making them, but then I'll just get on to the next, because here I have 100 levels, which took about maybe 1 to 2 weeks to figure out. I'm sure everyone, PT, you got your methods when you make levels. Also, that's one of the reasons why I do like games where it's like there are no levels and it's like an endless game within the game. But let's, you know what? I don't know if I should put this over here. Yeah, let's put it to the edges, because I'm trying to convey the idea of you want to push objects across. And then this has, let's go ahead and move this to 4. Okay. So I'm going to reset. You can see, so this is, I just made this level. This is like the last level, which is kind of cool because, oop, don't hit that. You got to jump on the chains, get across, and then push this thing off. So this is level 100. Again, it's supposed to be kind of fun and playful and not, oh, but then if you fall, I think you gotta like start over. Okay, let's try to hit this reset button. So a lot of times people are just like jumping over the box, which we don't want. I mean, you want the player to have fun with it, but at the same time, they gotta learn what they need to do. So let's get rid of these. Let's move the arrows think the arrows are attached, so let's go ahead and delete these. And then duplicate up. So kind of no matter what happens, they need to be knocking the boxes over. Whoop, I deleted. And each level, so this is the level like template, keyframe interval. Let me highlight this just so I don't forget this about next time. Okay. Under levels, that's quite a feat. Yeah, it's that I spend most of my days just trying to make levels. Now, there are two ways to make levels. One is to sit down, take an hour to draw out how you want to create each level, which is something I will be doing more of, specifically for my easy push OB, because that game is just like you're supposed to just push things across, and like, whereas in this push OB game is supposed to be more puzzles and like figuring it out. But I think a lot of the players on HypeHype are young, and we can even watch them play. You can see they have like different camera angles, things that may not be the best ideal, but you know, let's go ahead and add some other objects here, and we can go like this, and we can see I got these arrows connected. So I'm just doing this, squeezing it, kind of the fun. Let's go look at the transform, make this about 1 and make this 1. Yeah. And then we'll put it at this kind of angle. Let's go make this at a 45-degree angle. I do love my specific angles. And then we'll put it in the middle of the platform. So no matter what they do, they will be running into, the player will be running into this. So look, now even if you jump off, you gotta knock stuff over. This player notification seems to happen every single time, which is, I guess, a little annoying. I guess I can have it so once you turn it on, it shows up once. Still didn't get a chance to create an OB hype. Any tips? I think my biggest tip, which is what I try to do for everything, is just to have fun with it. Yeah, if you're not having fun with the game that you're making, then take a step back and figure out what you think would be fun. I mean, there's always trying to figure out what the players, and you know, some of these games on the HypeHype are just blowing up. And I was playing one by Alu, and it was just, it was intense, and it was just fun, and it was like, it was fun. But also, you know, watch, see what players are doing in your game. So here, what we just added this. So now you can see easy to walk across, and people were struggling with this. So this I thought was interesting because I saw Yope was playing this game, or but the physics, you know, you learn a lot about physics and object creation. So this object, it could be the stars in this object, but the center of gravity in this object is kind of off, or it's a little weird. So I'm gonna go ahead and just delete that object completely because it's not what I'm looking for in an object. So let's go here to the cube. We can see I got it over here. So I'm just gonna delete that object. Maybe I shouldn't have done that because I might have it in other places in the game, but I don't know. So let's go over here and go to build. So here I have some objects. I've been doing a mix of these. Are called reusable objects, and you can just drag and drop them, which makes them perfect for what we're doing just right there. Like I just dragged it, boom. Then I can duplicate it. Let's make this one a little bit smaller. Change the angle. And let's do the same thing like that. And then again, make it smaller. Do 1.5. And I'm going to go ahead and just duplicate this, move it over to the edge, and like that. There we go. Move it back a little bit. The biggest thing is, yeah, we want the players to have fun. And I was starting out when I made this game, or I mean, these are the first 2 levels, so I haven't probably looked at this in, I don't even know when I published this game, a long time. So here we got this pyramid, and the cool thing is, since I've made 100 different levels, and I've made about 35 different levels in the other Easy Push Obi, when you make so many levels, you just pick up fun little tips and tricks along the way. What do I use? Oh no. Come on. Be cool. Are we stable? I don't know if that's the chord. What do I use as an invisible cube or sphere? Yeah, some objects definitely have winky physics. Yeah, no, that's these are just things you figure out along the way. What do I use? What I do is use an invisible cube, or sorry, PT. Sometimes reading is tough for me. It is early in the morning over here. So, okay, so go here, and I want to duplicate that and just change. Let's make this 1.5. Make sure we don't have any weird stream glitches that we were just having. Let's go 1. I like the way this cube looks, or this triangle. Let's just put it on the edges. And I put these arrows here. I don't know if they'll help. Let's go ahead and save this. So when I save it, I always like to put a little timestamp. Just so right now it's 9:18 in the morning. Guys, hit save. And let's go back and watch some other people. Well, let's test it first. Okay, so here we can see, I think that I could add a little bit more space because these objects are not falling in between. I mean, they're falling in between, but just not as easy with the finesse that I think would be ideal. Let's go in here and scale, and we can move this to 1.25. Move it back a little bit like that. Let's go back to here. Yep. So even if you try to jump over it, you're going to be knocking stuff over. And I think I'm going to get rid of this, the 2 on the side as well. That's kind of like a shortcut I was working on earlier. Yeah, that's good. So here the player does have to jump. I've watched people, sometimes they have trouble jumping across, but then let's save it and we can see the different angles people use. Same time should be fine. Back up. Let's go into this, hit the 3 dots, go to game stats and let's just scroll, check out this session. So here we can see again, a lot of people stuck on this level. So, and they don't know how to play. So if somebody doesn't know how to play your game, that's on me, not understanding my players as well. Sorry, the message got auto-sent. What I use is invisible cubes or spheres and glue objects to them. Oh yeah, I've done that too. It depends on the object and what you're using, but that's a great way to get things to balance out. Personally, I'll just use a different object, but I have done that for like doors and other things I want turning around in a certain way. So look, we can see the player doesn't know that they're supposed to push the object. Like in my mind, the game is called push obi. So you want to push things, but players can't read my mind. They don't know the intentions I had when I made the game, which is to just have a fun game, to push things around. And which is really cool about watching players play my game. And like, I've spent maybe not hours, but definitely easily 30 minutes watching people play. And I love it. I love it. Like there's a moment between watching somebody play your game. I wonder if I have it in my watching somebody play your game, not knowing what they're supposed to be doing, and then kind of in their head they have a click of like, oh, I understand how I'm supposed to play the game, and then they play the game. Unfortunately, sometimes that takes a couple of minutes. Like, see, all these are level 2, which I don't want to watch a level. Like I just updated it. So this is clear that it needed to be updated because people are getting stuck, they're getting frustrated, and then they're leaving the game, which is understandable because lately I've just been making levels. I haven't been going back and fixing and making it easier. Maybe a tutorial level, like push an object in a pit and a bridge extends. Yeah, no. I guess for me, and you know, every developer's got to figure out what they want to do. I want the game to be the tutorial. Like I've seen people figure it out, and like here, I think if I just have more objects, so that no matter what you do, you're knocking over objects. It's like it's gonna click, but there's a gap, and I can see the gap, and you can see the gap when people play your game between what you want them to understand and what they're doing, because there's a lot of Obi games in HypeHype, and the goal of the game is to get to the other side. That's it. Jump over here, jump over there. And I guess that's where I don't want to do what has been done before. I want to do something a little bit different. I want to, be like, hey, here's the same thing that you've seen before, but different. So same, but different. Like these are like my goals and challenges. And I've seen people play the game and then figure out, oh, I'm doing something like this is how I'm supposed to be doing it. And let me see, I got a video over here where I just spent like, I want to say, what is it? It looks like 20 minutes just recording gameplay footage of people playing my game. So let me see if I can't get this and share it too. Is this on over here? AirDrop. Oh, this Bluetooth is not on. I got so many things going on. Here we go. Let's send that over here. And that is now processing. So there's something there. So let's look at this one. This is the easy OB, and the fundamental difference in this game is there's not supposed to be puzzles like in my other games. So it's like, I think, really cool, fun puzzles that I have definitely made too difficult, but then made easier. Oh, let's go over here. So this game, all you're supposed to be doing is knocking stuff over. This is 11. One thing I've noticed is on the easy OB, when people play, sometimes they get confused on which direction they're supposed to go. And I added arrows in my other game, but I didn't add arrows into this game. Oh, like this, Yope was playing in the chain effect here. Like the gravity, the physics, so fun for me. And it's just fun to make stuff like that. True, this death stands out from countless OB hypes out there. Well, it's just, you gotta, in order to advance, you gotta push the next, you gotta push over some of the objects. And a lot of the OBs, and I do find it fascinating because I think it says a lot about the players. The players are just playing, right? And so that's great. That's what you want. So when you do something different, it's, to me, I understand sometimes maybe it's a little too different, and not everyone's going to be down with that, which is fine. But like creating these levels with the physics over here, like that's the fun for me. And I added the haptic feedback. So every time you hit an object or something gets blown up, you feel it. And this is just a kind of like a remake from a previous level. I've been making some series shorts. It's like, oh, what should I add to my game? And that was from a result. This is cool. This level here, these are actually inspired by a lamp post. Oh, so I've noticed sometimes the players, they spawn below where they're supposed to spawn, and I gotta figure out where the player is spawning. This is a remix from someone's original game, Kosaki, who set up a lot of the mechanics. But yeah, here we can see the player is just pushing objects, they're falling down, and it's just really nice to watch people play the game and the levels. I think I just made those levels. So here you can see they were going past it, but they need to push this down. And the angle at which they're playing the game is a little bit weird. Kind of makes it a little bit more difficult, but they're doing an okay job. So that's a spawning thing. I've spent like 30 minutes looking for where the spawner, it's not a spawner, it's like a movement for the player. I should literally just message Kosaki because he is always willing to help and very helpful. But I also like to just find it on my own. And I've found it before, so I'll just have to find it again. Completely forgot about haptic feedback on my game. Going to add it to my to-do list. Yeah, that's one of the reasons I always try to play games on my phone. Like I'll do the game developing, and I'm also trying to do more game developing on my phone. Also try to use my computer a little bit more. I find the computer difficult, a little bit slow actually, but so I just got that video. Which one's down? Which one's up? Where is that video? It's like over here. Let me see. Okay. Oh, it's right here. So let me go ahead and delete this one. And I don't think I can watch it because I have like videos playing on an external stream. Oh wait, I can I see this? So it doesn't show on my screen, but it looks like it's showing. Oh, and that's my face. I don't want to see my okay. So this is just a different level. Okay, and you know what? I think that's just my gameplay footage. But you see what I'm saying? You can see people play the game. Okay, so there's some weird color things I need to fix over there. And in this game, again, you just knock stuff over. No matter what you do, you're gonna be knocking stuff over. So I do feel like this setup is much more obvious in what you're supposed to do in the game. So kind of like the tutorial that you mentioned, PT, because no matter what you do, you're knocking stuff over. So although I have seen, I have seen people get to like level 10, they're just trying to get to the next level. See, maybe that ball gap area is too much. Here we can see the spawning of the players for some reason goes too low. And here the players is like, oh, they don't know what to do. But, and this to me, you got the haptic feedback going, aesthetically looks great. The player is, I gotta figure out where the spawner, the respawn for the player, because sometimes, and it's weird because it doesn't do it whenever I'm playing the game, but it looks like it spawns the player below the platform. And every time an object falls, and it looks like some of the objects are not disappearing. Yes. I don't know why it's spawning below. All right, well, let's go and we'll just edit. We'll play. That's like no matter what you do. So in the push obi game, objects automatically explode when the players touch them. Should I add that to this game as well? So the games are similar but different. I think I'll leave it for now, but it's something to contemplate. So here, there's an explosion, I believe. Yeah. Maybe I should, you know what, let's add another brick. Those are fun. And I added this skibbity. Again, I was making shorts saying, what should I add to my game? And somebody was like, add a toilet. So I added a toilet. Let's just add another wall. We're going to just zoom in, tap and hold to select multiple objects. Oop, oop, oop. And let's just add this over here. And then I'm going to get rid of this. Those were kind of guides to help the players jump across. But again, I think that might be too much. So I'm going to hit that chain link. like this, and then let's just move this over here. I think that's better. Wait, what was that boom? Okay, I think there is there an I think there might be something in here. Let's zoom in. Okay, maybe not. Oop. Knock that dude out. So I added this, but I don't think people are using it, and I added the middle walkway, so we can go ahead and delete this over here. And what is this? Level 5. So it's just early days of the player getting into the game. And didn't even know you published easy OB version. I get loads of new daily notifications. So hyped. Tend to get buried. We'll def try it out though. Yeah, no, check it out. Yeah, there's more. There's so many cool new games out being published on a regular basis. More creators in HypeHype. Like it's just growing so much that it can be easy to miss things. But PT, if anything, you're really good at finding all those. Like you do a great job in finding new games and even telling me about it. So, oh, and you know what? The camera angle. Let's go ahead and change the camera angle. I think what was it? Yope or Kevin mentioned something about it. So I do have it set up. To me, it's like, how do you want to play it? And I think there are some people that want to play like, oh, super close. But yes, if you're going for your traditional App Store game, it does have a camera angle that is further back. And I concede it makes more sense. It's like what is it like the Henry Ford when he came out with the car that's like you can have any color you want as long as it's black. And nowadays you can there's so many options that I like to give people the options of what they want. But truth be told, there's a lot, and it gets complicated and it's overwhelming. And sometimes just telling people or just setting it up so, they can figure out the options when they're in level 55. Like how often have you been doing something, playing a game, and then you don't even realize something is available until more than halfway through? So, oh, here we go. Camera switch. Compare value switch. Okay. Man, I set this up so long ago. I can't even remember. Camera switch. Okay, so I think I want to set this to 2. So now, anytime you, or is it 3? Wait, was there a switch? No, that's if it's greater than 3. Oh, here we go. It's over here. No, yeah, right there. Camera switch 2. Wait. What did I change before? Let's go ahead and you change one thing. You want to change it back. Okay, so camera switch value. Oh yeah. This is every time you hit the button, the value goes up 1. Okay, so now when you hit play, you get the furthest angle, and then you can go like that. So this is the standard, or this is, I would say, more it's, I don't want to say traditional, but it's like, I guess if it's been done on the App Store for the last decade, that can be traditional. If it's anything 25 years or older, it's considered classic. So yeah, standard. Let's go standard. And again, I kind of just, I want to be able to let the player decide, but I gotta respect the fact that players may not even know that they can change the camera angle until like level way down the line. Okay, so here we go again. We can see, I think this is too much for people. So let's go add something. Where is it? And I think I released, oh, look at this. So this is an explosion. Let's go ahead and move it over here. And it's just, I accidentally tapped the, and you know what, I'm gonna add that over there too. I think there's a lot of players who get stuck on some things that I would consider easy, like the jump, and then get frustrated. This is not, but I guess OBs are just, you get to the other side. That's the standard OB protocol. But same thing with this, but you gotta knock over some levels, or knock over objects. And I think I just want to add more objects. So I can't remember, but I feel like sometimes these balls move off. So there's a cool thing you can do is hit that button and then you can speed up. So the speed is going super fast. It's at 2x. You can see that the player moves. This is a great way, and I've been using this when I make like a level and I'm like stacking objects on top of each other, kind of like in an Angry Birds format, to see if they are stable. Sometimes, 50% of the times, they are not stable. Let's go in, push this, and then we got this. In the easy OB, it's a shield, not a pole. I do wish that the object stayed with the player, but how everything was created, this is what I could do. So it's not exactly what I wanted. Oh, you know what? We got to fix that gap. I think I created this like, I want to say 2 weeks ago, and I've been meaning to do this, but again, spending my days just making levels, have a lot of fun doing that. By the way, dig the new stream format, much easier to view on phones. Yeah, so the thing with that, thank you, PT, for noticing that. It's when you live stream in the portrait mode, it shows up on the YouTube shorts. And if people are interested, like I've been showing shorts of this game, so if people want to see how this game was made, or even when I'm playing games, it works. I do think I want to do a stream with the desktop, with the widescreen, when I use my computer more, but I haven't been using my computer. Like, I've tried to use my computer to make games, But oh, man, dude, I just love making games on my iPad and my phone. So when I have to go to a computer, I think there's things that I can do that are more efficient, but I don't know, man. Maybe I feel like a kid and I'm finger painting and I'm just moving stuff all around. And yes, it takes more time to develop some things and touch and hold different objects. But the process of making a game is just so fun. Hold on, I gotta check some wires. Yeah, the iPad is not charging, which is fine because I think this stream is only gonna be about an hour. But what it's been, oh, man, it's been 45 minutes and I'm on level 7. I think this is why I do a lot of my work. I just when you're streaming, you're doing it. Uh-oh. Be cool. I don't want to get a new. These dongle things are like. Okay, let's see if I can't get a better angle. I got like all these cords going on each other. Is that hot? Connect. Here we go. This is where the magic happens. This and by the way, yes. But thank you. Coffee in the beard. Let's add a couple more. I zoom in again. Fingers touching, lots of fun. So let me see. I have 2 types of balls in this game. Sorry, that's just fun things to say. Okay, so ball 2. We can see this is, I call a false start. This is a behavior that when the object touches, it adds a point of a star, which I plan to use for skins and just purchase things and things. This object, however, has a physical material of light, but some density to it. And then this one it's a bouncing density. So it's just, you gotta be careful because, here, let's move up the physics. Like we can see that ball is moving, which means you can be in level like 27 and then in the back of the game, a physical object is moving, which is going to be slowing down the processing speed. So there's a bunch of little things going on here, which is why when I first created it, I have. So let's just go ahead and move these. Sometimes it's nice to just put them into the ground. Then the physics of the ground will kind of like pop them up. I mean, I'm tempted to, I do gotta do some work, but let's focus on this. Yes. To me, this is like just manual game developing using the fingers. Oh, I wanted to check to make sure I'm still on TikTok. Okay, we are live. Hey, thanks for hanging out, peeps. Let's go back into HypeHype. So we got the single bridge. Here, you know what? I think I'm going to add another one. Again, we're in the first 10 levels, and I have seen people, they just get stuck. So here is kind of an introduction into the puzzle mechanics. Wait, let's speed up the time. And you can use the camera and we can see. So it's cool. I created these drones because I saw people playing the game and just having no idea what to do. And that was so frustrating. So I created that, and I think a great workaround. So let's move this down to 1. And we can see that once they have a little bit of momentum, the objects go across. So this is kind of where the puzzles begin. I think I should add another one of those. Again, just trying to add like a fun element to it. You're getting the haptic feedback when you hit the buttons or when you touch the objects. So let's, you know what? Let's do tap and hold to select multiple objects. Let's kind of put this one on the edge. So now you kind of have to knock these objects over. And again, this is level 8. We can see the numbers going down. That notification is totally annoying. And then these are just objects on top of each other. Again, I'm going to add another kind of like a bridge. And I kind of wanted to move a little bit further up. So let's just. So this to me is a fun level. It just looks cool, right? Like there's two pyramid objects and then. Yeah, and then you can like. This level was getting a lot of good feedback. You know, I've been posting shorts on YouTube, and it's always interesting to see what levels people are watching and which ones kind of go a little unnoticed. Okay, so let's add something over here, but we can make it a little bit different. Make it skinnier. Oop, not that skinny. That's like too skinny. Let's do 1.5. Let's do 2. Let's test it. I don't know if those squares, if this would fall in here. Okay, it does. And that makes me think about level 1. Yeah, let's get rid of this. And then, yeah, I'm gonna. Here you need to jump. I think this is too confusing for people, so let's just go ahead and. Yeah, let's do that. I mean, the first level should be the easiest, right? So I'm just gonna do this and add a couple. Oop. kind of like what I did in the easy obi is you just have it so there's just no avoiding the objects. You know, people are just trying to get past them, but it's like, hey, in this game, hit all the objects, knock them around. Like I literally, where is it? I have this guy. I've put this in front of players, and this is why I enjoy watching people play the game, because I put this in front of players, and it's like, here's a dude, he's pushing an object off a platform. This is how you play the game, and players, they don't even see it. They don't even see it, which is fine because they're looking to play a game, not to read and take notes. But it just goes a long way for me to understand different ways of communicating. So if one thing doesn't work, try another thing, keep trying, don't give up. And let's get on to the next level. What are we on? Level adding platforms. This one I kind of want to add because I still think it's difficult for people. Let's go duplicate. What level is this? This is level 11. You know, I posted this short on YouTube and it did really well. So there's something about, like, to me, I think this level can be so much better than what it is. Yeah, it got a decent, people were watching this level. But I think, again, it's the stacking of objects on top of each other. Can you even make that jump? Oh, you know what? Yeah, so I added these. Okay, yeah, I think that's much better. So I noticed the spacing on this, I think it's a lot better, and I can go back and fix that. So this is cool. I like this level. I'm not, it's just something with the gravity I find very appealing. Oh, but wait, is it stuck? So I think this object, let's try it again. Let's, well, I got this, which will make it, no, I want to see if that, I think that object is a gift box. Okay, so there's the object. Okay, so it moves. I guess it was just stuck before. It looks like you need to get all the objects in order to pass that level. That makes it too difficult. So let's go ahead and move it to 10. You know, I want these games to be easy and fun to play, but I don't want it so... I've seen some of the levels, you have to hit everything perfectly, and I think that's fine, but we're on level 13. We don't need to. So again, this is just pushing objects around. I think I was trying to do something a little bit more, but oh yeah, that's the idea. So I want to be able to mix levels where you have to think about what you need to do in order to complete the level, and then like I was doing it one for one, like easy levels, like a thinking level and an easy level. Oh, so here it looks like you need to get everything. We're gonna reduce that number as well. But now that I've made over 100 different levels, I think the best way to do it is to have like 5 levels where you don't have to think, you know, it's easy, you push stuff, you get across, maybe a little bit of thinking, and then like one out of every 5 is like, oh, here's something a little bit more complicated. So like this one is super easy. And again, I can't even remember, I made these levels a while ago. I think that jump is a little bit too difficult for people, so I'm going to add some stuff in between. Again, good introduction. Let the players figure out how to play the game. Oh, this isn't even using 2 fingers on the iPad, moving stuff around. Looking good. Oh, and then I got these little gears. I don't know if I want to keep it or not. We'll see. Oh, I just made that super big. Yeah. I've just seen a lot of players have difficulty with jumping. I think it's something to do with depth perception, or you know what? Honestly, people play with interesting camera angles. Because in this game you can choose your own camera angle. A lot of times, the people are playing like this, which, you know, maybe you want to see what's coming. So that number's a little bit high, so we'll go ahead and reduce that as well. And is there... I don't know why there's... Oh, you know what? I think that's from the brick. Let's go here. And we'll go ahead and make this 25. Okay, I think it took like 30 minutes, but now we are just editing the levels. So this one I think is great. It's just cool physics. Oh. Let's reduce that number as well, because sometimes you just gotta get close enough. Oh, maybe I need a little bit more space in between these two. Oh yeah, that was the thing. If there's too much space, then the object falls automatically. So we gotta find the right amount, and then we can even grab these and it will lower them so they're on the ground. Make sure they're still within the chains. That's what it was. And then have this one. Let's see how this works. So we just set the time. What we don't want is the physics to happen in the background while we're playing on a different level. So it's kind of happening, but then it stopped. So that looks cool. Let's try it again. Get the physics going. As long as it stops, we're going to try a third time, just because 3 is a magic number. And this just means that there's enough friction keeping it from moving. Okay, so that's good. This one was fun to create. I'm gonna set that up again, actually. You know, when you're knocking stuff down, you kind of just want to keep knocking stuff down. Let's go ahead and do this, this. I think these are all separate objects or individual objects. I don't know if that's good or bad. Duplicate that. Oh, that's interesting. See how that works. Again, you just play around. Oops. Love the physics. This one? Yeah, okay. Originally I had it so the physics of these squares were a little bit too difficult. It looks like you do have to get all of the numbers in order to get the bridge to come down. So let's go and change that. Which way are we going? This way. 2 fingers, swipe. There's 6. Then again, you got your it's like special weapons. So this was, you know, I was making YouTube shorts. I was like, hey, what should I add to my game? And somebody was like, Roblox characters. I gotta actually make another video. Those videos do really well on YouTube, but they're not as fun for me to make as levels. So I think most people who play this level, sometimes they get stuck. Like, if you wanted to, you can jump on top of here. I haven't seen anybody do that. Whoa, 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 that opened up after 1 hit? No, that's not good. 9? Okay, let's check it out. Wait, why did that open? This one, sometimes the cubes get stuck in between. It looks like they're doing pretty good. You know what, I'm gonna switch this one around. I feel like here you have to go backwards, which to me makes sense, but I've seen players just get confused with it. So let's go and switch this up a little bit. Move that back. Make this, let's try 1.5. Tap and hold. And let's try this. Oh. And then maybe grab this. Again, we can see there's a difference between doing this. We gotta have some more space. And in this way, you're just always going forward, which I think is a lot easier for the player to understand. Let's go. Let's try that. The camera faces this direction. I'm not exactly sure why. I think that's something in the mechanic. Ooh, look at that, easy. Nice. So this one, I really like this level, but I think it's a little bit confusing. There's like, some of them are intertwined. This one has nothing intertwined. So let's take a look. Oh, I wonder if it falls. So this is where the puzzle element of the game was coming into play, and I could see through watching people's gameplay and looking at the leaderboard that a lot of people were getting stuck here. So I made it easier, and again, I tried things like putting arrows and objects saying, hey, look over here, do this. And it most of the time didn't work, but sometimes did. Okay, so here, yeah, we got multiple things swinging. So when this is moving, it is affecting the physics and using up memory, even if I'm on like level 55. So these are just things that want to keep it to a minimum. And yeah, you see, you got to get through that hoop to get through that one. Kind of just puzzle challenges here. Here. Oh yeah, this one I had originally set up that you need to go across, kind of like what I have at level 100. I don't think it's a great setup, honestly, but let's see what we can do. I think this is HypeHype uses up a lot of battery. It's not okay. Well, let's do a little bit more. Oh, this one's cool. I think this one works well. This level, I'm not that impressed with this one. But I haven't changed it yet, so. I mean, there's objects. It's not horrible. I just, you know, making cool levels. I just don't think this is one of the coolest. Do I need to knock all the boxes? Let's lower the number. I think I was just trying, you know, sometimes you got to try different things, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. So this, I like this object. I think it's just two objects glued to each other, and it's nice. You'll see, I'll do some cool stuff with this later on. Okay, let's get rid of that jumping gap. Even though, what was that, level 15? Even though we are on level 15, I think people they just get stuck on some of these things. Why have a jump when you don't have to jump? Although, again, something I should do something with that level, but another stream perhaps. Okay, there we go. Oh, you know what I saw? Yeah, let's do something with this level. I'm gonna delete these. And let's just connect. This to the other side. And if you want to jump around, you can jump around. Is that crisscross? And then I have these objects, delete that. One over here. Just don't think this level is as fun as it could be. What if I make it like... Nah. That's cool. Oh. Then we'll just put this on the path. Nothing. Yeah, this deselect the checkpoint. Come on. Yeah, this is the level I definitely did not like. Still don't like it. Well, I like it a little bit more now, but I can see players have been getting stuck on this level. It's just like sometimes you got to make crappy levels to make good levels. Like not all levels can be amazing, but that's why it's good to go back and fix stuff up. And I still need to do this. Again, a lot of times I'm just trying to make new levels, create more content. And yeah, I do think sometimes you got to take a couple steps back to take steps forward. And I should have fixed this one a long time ago, but now I think it works well. So you just go here and get to the next one. Like even this one I like because the objects are kind of all like intertwined. And I just think that's cool. This one gets a lot of people like this level. I guess because it's simple. Look at that. So we see how they can get stuck in between. Let's fix that. Scoot, scoot, scoot. I think the big cubes can still get stuck in between, but sometimes you do what you can. So I think that's good for today. I'm on 10% battery. It is not charging. I think that is because of electrical stuff. Oh, you know what I can try? did have a backup plan before I came here. This is like a supercharger. Oh, and it doesn't work. Let's try this one. Okay, so this one just doesn't have, oh, you know what? This. Disconnect that. So many cables. What did I do with that other battery? Oh, this became disconnected. Okay, so it looks like that is not charging. We got another cable or cord I can try. This one said not charging. Let's disconnect. Okay, so I don't know if not, yeah, not charging is still. I don't know if not charging means it's still at 0%, but we'll see. Okay, nice. So even the big ones get stuck. They'll fall through. So these come back up, or sometimes they're at different angles. I like this level. I think this level is well made. And then you can even knock over the speakers to get going to the next. This one's just kind of like looks cool and it's fun, but you kind of want to use the dynamites. I forgot to mention the buttons. So this one had a more complicated, and I still think this is one of the most difficult levels because a lot of players have this difficulty with the movement. Let's see if I can't fix any of it. I used to have basically 2 of these, but you see how you have to walk on this little line or on the pipe, and then you can fall off easily. This is very difficult for people. So I'm thinking maybe I should just get like a different pipe. Okay, so we're at 11%, so we have gone up. Pole, let's type in pole. We can try this. So it's always good to test the physics. So random color A, and then I want this one to be black. But you know what, let's just go like this. Then we can move one of the, oh, zoom in. Duplicate. Yeah. So make this skinnier. Oh yeah, but we don't want it too skinny because we want the player to be able to walk with relative ease. Let's move this over here and then we can test it. So this is one of the levels that I made that I think is a lot of fun, but difficult for players to walk across the pipe, knock the discs off, and get to the next level. So if a level is, oh, I didn't make that a physical object. If a game, yeah, even then, it just seems like it's still a little bit too. It can be too difficult. I mean, if a level is too difficult and people are not completing it, then yeah, that's important to pay attention to. Okay, so some reason let's. So notice how it's falling through the art. Oh, because it's got no physics? I thought I added physics. All right, well, my skills are pretty good, so I should be able to get over here. Yeah. Okay. So the biggest downside is I really like the angles that the player has to move across. But I feel like that cannot be achieved. Let's see if I can make this bigger. But that's the thing. If I make it, well, let's play with the numbers. Like I said, that number we don't like. That number is also. Well, maybe I can, yeah, do that number. No. We need the width. Hmm. Can you jump from over there to over there? Even this, I think, is still a little bit too difficult. Yeah, let's just make it easy. But I want to have, I'm just going to put this on the side so that I can remember how it used to be. Right, it's not even, there we go. And I think I can even group it, make it a reference object, and then is it still there? Yeah, so then it kind of like disappears. Move it over to the side, and then maybe I can remember it. I wish there was like a pipe. Move this down a little bit. I mean, it's pretty down. Oop, -12. I think this needs to be, yeah, that's pretty good. So this is similar to what we had before, which, to be honest with you, I think is kind of, oop, nope, go the other way. So I'll move the camera back and then duplicate, and I like to have spaces in between. There we go. I wonder if there's any. One of these arcs, let's try this one. So I don't know how the physics works. What is it called? Like the collision area for this object. So this will be the last one. I can test it. Oh, look at that. See, it's a fat one. Like I want something like this, but like oh, this is kind of cool. But it's not the right size. You know what, let's just stick with what we got. I think this level was difficult for some people. And now it should be easier. And the discs are kind of big. Let's test it. Let's play test. Yeah. So not as fun, clever as what was before because it had angles, which I think were cool, but probably easier for the player, so they will like it. And what is the number here? We have 7. Let's make it 6. Let's go ahead and save. And I'm trying to think. So when you publish a game, you lose kind of the data points or the videos of people playing the game. So I'm gonna go through this some more, edit the levels, and just try to tweak little bits and pieces to make the play a little bit more fun and easy. And yeah. And tomorrow I'll probably just do some more making levels. But thanks for hanging out. If you like this kind of video content, be sure to like, subscribe, hit all the buttons, and yeah, I'm HypeHype, play games, make games, and everything between. And thank you for hanging out. Until next time, peace. Okay, what's up? There we go.